are we at a point where YouTube is like a portfolio to get your work out or to develop your style, and then you're able to get work elsewhere? Because I know that you've been able to get work elsewhere. Your friend Michael Cusack, he worked on that amazing Rick and Morty
Yeah.
Australian thing for Adult Swim. So there are success stories to be pulled from kind of YouTube's failure to support animators.
It's a weird animation's a weird one, like I said, because there's not even when YouTube was doing really well, there wasn't really an equivalent, a shorthand version of like getting something out quickly. Uh, so we're in a weird spot right now where TV and traditional media, I think for animation specifically, is maybe the last real sort of creative medium where, yeah, right now you do have to go to traditional stuff, whether it's, in my opinion, I think if you want to do long form stuff, because that's another thing too, is a lot of animators I know, you make enough stuff, and it's like you make enough 2 minute long videos. You spend, months and months and months making 2 minute long videos, and you get tired of it after a while. You just sort of want to tell 20-minute long stories or hour long stories. And unfortunately, well, I don't know if it's unfortunate, but it's the way it is. But right now, the way it is you can't really do that self-funded. Like the only way you can really do that is by going to Kickstarter or something. But there's I can see why a lot of people are scared of that or don't want to do that. So right now, as it stands, the only way as far as I really know, the most feasible way to do long form stuff as an animator is to go pitch a TV show or go and get a movie deal or something. And old media, especially for animation, I think has definitely not merged at all with the internet. I think that'll be different in about 10 to 15 to 20 years. You're seeing stuff being now made sort of a little bit more for the internet, like with the intent of that. Like Bushworld, actually, I think, Bushworld Adventures by Michael, that sort of quick-paced, like, rewatchability factor is going to be a lot more common, I think, in animation, where, if you watch a lot of the animations that were created in the sort of, if you want to call it the golden era of YouTube in terms of animation, where a lot of people are putting out a lot of different animated stuff, a lot of those are really short and quick and rewatchable.
Mm-hmm.
You can rewatch a lot because a lot of stuff is happening. It's moving really fast. I think animation's going to become a lot more adaptable, even in TV, to fit that. So it's going to become a lot more catered to streaming, and with the intent of people rewatching it a lot. But yeah, it's right now the only way to really to find long term stuff is through TV and film. And I don't know if that's going to change in the short term. I know for a fact it'll probably change within, again, 10 to 15 to 20 years. But right now, there's still a big gap between the internet and what you can do with that and with TV and everything, specifically with animation.
Do you think it'll change because these traditional media companies will fund more internet-y type animation, or like where do you think that money is going to come from? Because
I think it'll come from advertisers still. You're seeing a little bit of it. Like right now, Adult Swim does this thing called Adult Swim Smalls or Adult Swim Shorts or something. I forget what it's called, but they're these little 2 minute things that they're funding. And I think the future of animation in terms of TV will become something like that. I think when cable fuses with streaming, fuses with YouTube, I think that'll start to be when they do a good version of it. But right now, people still have TVs, people still watch stuff on streaming. So, yeah, the gap is still there. When TV really, I think, blends together with the internet, I think it'll change. Until that happens, I don't think it's going to change.